everyone, Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates here, coming at you with a Flosstube. And I have, I didn't think I'd have a lot to tell you about today, but I think there is going to be a lot. So I'm getting an early start. It is 6:43 a.m. here on Tuesday. We're in August, right? August 13th. 69 degrees so far. It says it's sunny, but the sun isn't really up past our trees over here yet, so it probably will be. It's going to be another hot one. But yeah, I have a lot to talk to you about, and I want to also, I had mentioned I was going to do a little video on trying out the different pieces of fabric for the sheep design that I showed you the other day. One of the designs, or one of the kits that I got from that Russian shop, Mir Krestakam with a K-O-M on the end. I did misspell that. I've corrected it in every place but in the video, because then I'd have to take the video down and put it back up and I'd lose all the comments, and I don't like doing that. So anyway, I hope to get that video done this morning as well. So I thought I'd get an early start and get it done. So if I still look a little bit sleepy, it's because it's early and I've had no coffee yet. So let's see, life update. I want to get the video for the stitching, the practice half stitches on those fabrics done today, because I do have a my next PT appointment tomorrow morning. So I want to get it done and uploaded and scheduled to go up tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow morning. Friday, we head over to the Big Island to meet my friends Anne and Mel. I am going to be taking the volcano stitch, the Aloha Hawaii by Jeanette Douglas, and I'll probably also take the mushroom piece with me. So I've been working semi-steadily on that this week. Yeah. Hair color. Like my new hair color? Yeah, not much, huh? That was really weird, and the stylist thought it was really weird too. So I do go to an Aveda salon. I don't think she was using Aveda color. It was just supposed to be one of the fun colors, one of the non-permanent ones. And it was a kind of a sea glass. I know, surprise, right? A turquoise, a very light turquoise. Just to give it a little bit, just like scattered up here, not anything too much. She left it on the required amount of time. She said that it was there when, she rinsed my hair out and washed it. But by the time I got over to her styling chair, her station, she took the towel off, and I'm like, not really seeing it. She said, yeah, she said, it'll be brighter when it dries. So she did some cutting. She cut some wet, and then she cuts a bunch more dry. So she dried it, and she's like, it's gone. There was no color in my hair. Don't know, her and one of the other stylists that was washing hair at another bowl, when she was washing mine, she's like, oh my goodness, what happened? So it was funny. You know how you have all the little clippings scattered on your cape? She started gathering these up. She said, don't judge me. She started gathering these up on another piece of foil. She's like, before you come in next time, she said, if you want to give this another try, I am going to test on your hair and see what we need to do to make this work. They didn't charge me, of course. I'm like, how are you going to hold that down? Because, they have to paint it. She's like, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, don't know. I don't really want to go permanent color, just because it costs more, but we'll see. So we're going to go for a darker teal color next time and see if it was just the lightness of it. But there wasn't even a hint of color in my hair by the time we were done. So odd. So yeah, that's about all the life updates. Just not a whole lot going on. So we'll get right to the good stuff. Okay, so I have a finished object, but not finished by me. I have whips galore. I have some gifts. I have some haul. Yeah, cool. So first, The finished object, not by me. I love this girl. She won't marry me, so I will just have to love her from afar. Jen Grimes, Spooneroony Stitcher, made this for me. We are part of the Halloween Haters Club. So she has a friend, I guess a fellow stitcher in Ohio, Megan Rogers, who designed this. And this is done on, let's see, Jen hand dyed the fabric. This is she said started off as an 18 count Aida, but shrunk to probably 22. And it is pretty small, 1/1, with a mixture of DMC, Classic Colorworks, and Victorian motto. And then Jen finished this herself. How awesome is that? Give love, get love. This was a thank you gift for her Flosstube, having a chance to make a Flosstube debut in an easy way. Look at that. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so cute. I don't know yet where I'm gonna put it. I really have to like start working on autumn smalls so I can have like an autumn bowl, and this will go proudly in there. Love it. Nice little card. Thank you, Jen. If you won't marry me, at least come and visit. I know, it's hard. It's hard getting out here, believe me, I know it. So, no other finished objects for me. I do have a bunch of whips to show you. So yeah, the monogamous, I broke myself out of the monogamous pretty much yesterday. I didn't work on my fractal bookmark at all, but I am missing it. So anyways, first off, the punch needle project, Ranunculus Bouquet by Michelle Palmer. So I had posted this in various punch needle places and on Instagram. With Michelle Palmer's designs, she kind of has you, she doesn't necessarily, for all the fill-in in here, all these different colors, she doesn't necessarily tell you exactly where to punch. She gives you a general idea of what numbers should be there, what floss should be there. And then you have both the back and the front, pictures of both the back and the front from her to use as guides. My concern is that there's so much of the, so we have 640 is the darker, and then 3866 is the kind of lighter tan and then white. And I just felt like there was an awful lot of the lighter tan, and that the white isn't very balanced. Now, there are a few people that said, yeah, you need more white, but for the most part, people said, you know, the salt crocs come in so many different, they have so much different shading that they think it looks fine. I still am thinking I might at least take out some of this around the letters and replace it with white, just so that the letters pop a little more. But I do love it. You can see I started working on the border. That was in the 3866 as well, so I still had some left in my needle when I finished up down here, so I started on the border. And then I have the background to fill in. I didn't get a chance to work on this at all yesterday, but maybe I'll get a chance to work on it today. So that is coming along nicely. My chatelaine, I showed it to you yesterday in my beading, my Stitch With Me yesterday with the beading tutorial. This is what it's going to look like. This is not a good picture. I mean, it's a small picture. And you know, I kind of have to laugh every time people say, oh, it's a real picture. This must be an old chart that's a real picture on. It's like, well, yeah. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Because I come from the age when, you know, that's what you had on your charts. So anyway, I am working, I guess, over here on the Taj over here. And what I got done, what I had started yesterday was one of the bushes on the side. Wait, that's the way it goes. What are these? juniper. I don't remember. So there's matching these on each side. So I got this one done. Got a good start on that one. And then there's more bushes with these colors coming out here, so I'll probably work on those a little bit. I am going to keep at it. I've decided my rotation is going to be, one of my followers uses the Tiny Decision app and has like 3 going for a week. And she said she keeps track of her hours and works 10 hours on each one. And when the 10 hours is up, it usually works out to be 2 or 3 days, she changes out for another one. It's early. I totally lost my train of thought. She does use the Tiny Decision app. I don't know whether, I downloaded it again. Actually, I still had it. I just had to update it. And I put my, kind of like my, I don't know, my Big 10 or my Big 12, what I'd like to get finished by the end of the year. I think it's still too many to get any of them finished, so I may need to whittle it down, but it's really hard to whittle it down. I don't know that I'll track my hours. I'm not very good at that, but I think I'll just go on the I don't feel like stitching this anymore, what's next kind of plan. But anyways, for the next few days, I will be working on this and trying to get more done. And I also wanted to say one of the other reasons why you don't do beading before you're done with all the stitching is because if you have to move your piece and put it under the Q-snap, you run the risk of breaking some of the beads. Now, if I have to do that, I will be patting it with felt and all that. And if you do happen to break a bead, it's not like you can't just replace it. Usually, any of the companies that have beading provide more than enough beads. So if you do have spillage, loss, breakage, you can replace. Now, these beads are glass. So if you do happen to break one, you will have glass somewhere that you'll want to find and kind of get rid of. All right, the mushrooms. So, Mushrooms Botanica from Elisa Ochnius. This was the one on the Stitch With Me where I started the back stitch. I did do a little bit more of the back stitching, and guys, oh my goodness. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I got the double-stranded done on those two, and then just started the single strand. They're single-stranded. This isn't really. There we go. That's better. The single-stranded down in here, and then some of the single strands up here. Isn't that gorgeous? And I started stitching these sections up here. So the thing with this one, all of this background, if you will. Oh, stop. Hold on. Get this so I can manage it better. All of this is like straight lines. So what I'm working on is this up here, kind of getting these sections all done, and then I'll start building down. There's things I want to talk to it. So yeah, that one's going to go with me to visit a volcano. How exciting. All right, last but not least, we have a lot to talk about with this one. Like I said, I didn't work on it yesterday. Oh, the sun is coming up above the trees. There she is, the fractal bookmark. I got another diagonal done and got halfway through the next one. Since you saw this last. I tell you, I love it. It is just stunning. So, I talked to you guys on, I think when I was doing my Stitch With Me on Friday, I talked about changing how I was managing the fibers and putting them on the thread keeps. So, one thing I love about this, I mean, not only, so what I did is I cut off 3 strands, and they're anywhere from 12 inches to 18-inch strands. I didn't want ones that were really long because it just gets in the way. I don't think, working over 1 on 28 count, you don't need a really long piece of floss, right? It goes pretty far. So I cut off the 3 strands, and while I had the sense, looking at the chart of the DMC, right, that they were in color order, the symbols, the way they had it listed, are in color order, you don't really get that sense until you put them all together like this. Just getting them kind of a little more prettier. So, blacks and grays, browns, purples and reds, all the gorgeous blues. There goes one. And then all the gorgeous greens. So what I've been doing is, hold please. Pulling a strand from here, just kind of pulling it up with the needle and pulling it out. And then when I'm done, if I have to finish, if I don't have any place to park a thread, then I will take the loose thread and just wrap that around. But as I'm stitching on this, I'm starting to think about my Hade and a better way to manage. I had originally thought that I really, like looking at Karen Bug's Paco system, you have my idea for this came from the idea that, now number one, from Carolyn showing these, Carolyn Zook, CZ Stitch showing these on her video, combined with Karen Bug using one of the Paco systems. And the Paco systems, for those that don't know, is like it's a plastic holder that has little pegs standing up and then little squares that are filled like with a foam or a sponge, and then a place to write the number and the symbol. So you can wrap your threads around that little peg. You stick your needles loaded with the thread in the little foam, and then you have your symbol right there. So everything's in a nice, tidy, compact piece. But I don't like those because I don't like the needles standing up. If you've watched my video where I show my stitchy spot, and it was a while ago, like right after we moved in here, you know that I have a table sitting next to me that opens up. So at the end of the day, everything I'm working on goes in that table. And if I have those needles sticking up like that, I don't think that will work. I don't think I'd be able to get the table closed. So I didn't want to go in that direction, but as I'm sitting there stitching and looking at these things, I'm thinking, well, maybe I could get some of the fun foam from Walmart or whatever and glue it on here. And that would be an idea, but I'd still have the needle sticking up. And since I have 4 of these, you know, that would be kind of difficult to manage. Let's get my face back in focus. So then I was thinking, well, maybe I could get some of the magnetic strips and those are usually sticky on one side, and stick those on here, and then I'd have the needles laying flat. But the problem I feel with that is that whenever I have these all put away, sitting, on top of each other, there's a chance that the needles, I don't think it'll be stable enough. I think the needles will get jostled around, and I may lose track of what's where. So, I'm sitting stitching, and my brain is tossing in and out all these ideas. And I started thinking about, okay, needles flat, what other option do I have? And then I thought about the Ada that I got in the Russian kits that I'm not going to be using. And yes, I know I said it would be for a giveaway, but you'll just have to survive. Because what I'm doing is using it, I'm just kind of straightening it out, to hold my loaded needles. So I've written down all of the different symbols, and the needles will get parked loaded in here when I'm finished with them. And believe me, I have so many needles, this isn't going to be a problem of running out of needles. Now, it's not ideal, probably. Being ideal is if it is with the other threads, so I can, when I go to get another strand of floss, I can look at that number and see that I have a loaded needle. I did not preload anything. I'm just doing this as I go. When I get to a color that I don't have any place else I can park, then I'll just cut off, weave in the thread, cut it off, and park it on here. But what I think basically what I just need to train myself to do is look here first anytime I need to start a new color. Look here first to see if I have a needle in here for that color. Now, the pen that I used for this is one of those friction pens, the gel pens that are erasable. And my understanding is whenever you erase, you are causing, the friction is causing heat, and it's the heat that causes this to disappear, the ink to disappear. So you are supposed to be able to iron these and the ink will disappear. So my plan is that I'll just be able to keep reusing this. Whenever I'm done with the project, I can iron off all the symbols and reuse it. Like I said, it's not perfect. I could have put more, I wasn't thinking about how much space I need in between, so I could put more space in between up here. That might be a little bit close when all of these start getting filled in. So we'll have to see as time goes on if this really does work. But so far, seems like a good idea to me. So those are my whips. See, not monogamous anymore. I don't know that I'm happy with that because I didn't work on my bookmark at all yesterday and I miss it. We'll see if today. The woman who had told me about, her plan with the Tiny Decisions app and working 10 hours says that some days she may work on all three that are her current rotation, and other days she may not. Now, I don't know that I'm going to work just 10 hours on each of these and then put it away. My tentative plan right now, and we know my plans change on a whim, is that I will continue to work on both my bookmark and my mushrooms and just switch out the shadow lane. So just have like the big one switched out. And theoretically speaking, the bookmark and the mushrooms will only get an hour a day. It's hard putting the bookmark down after only an hour, but that's the plan. Plus the punch needle. Yeah, monogamous, what's that? All right, so other goodies. So one of the giveaways for my 5,000 subscriber gift away extravaganza was, and of course I did open this, so was from Mon Petit Bijou Atelier. She is a woman in Mexico. So she also sent me a free gift for promoting her store. Regina Danner, I don't know if she's heard from you yet. The last time I talked to her, she hadn't. But Regina, you won this prize. So, well, you won a prize from her. You get to choose anything you want from her Etsy store. So make sure you check out that comment that I gave you, because all the information is there. So my gift included some candies, included gorgeous, gorgeous scissors. Look at that. Aren't those pretty? She has scissors like this style with different colored handles, and I just love the black and gold. And then this fob. Look how pretty that is, with the acorn on the bottom. Come on, let's focus on this. There we go. Still don't think that focused on that because it wants to focus on my face. And it says summer stitching. How pretty is that? And perfect. So yeah, this will be going on this. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that right now. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Thank you so much, Luz. Trying to get my face out of there. There. That's pretty. Thank you, Luz. They're gorgeous. Guys, I will be linking her shop below so that you can go and check it out. She has really like tons of needle minders, really fun different ones, and then also the fobs and the scissors. So pretty. So I mentioned last week, I think that oh, look, it says it on the back too. Mon Petit Bijou Atelier. She is in Guadalajara, Mexico. I mentioned last week that I had joined the Cross Stitch Guild and that they had shipped my goodies. I just joined, they have a 3-month taster. And so I got that just to try it out. So my package came in this nice little folder. The folder includes membership card. They included some Madeira silk, not silk, cotton floss. Postcard. Thread keep. This is just like a heavy paper though, so it's not like something I would necessarily use. And a nice welcome letter, order sheet, tips for stitching, basics on stitching, but they also included these two beauties. Now, this is their monthly magazine, and this is their catalog. I'm going to wait and do a separate flip through. I was going to show you some things today, but there are so many things. I want to flip through the catalog with you. Now, granted, you can go to their website, Cross Stitch Guild, and check it out, but let me just turn to one page and show you one. There is so much in here that I need in my life. This is called the Birds of Assisi band sampler. It was done for a class or a trip in conjunction with that to Italy, to Assisi, Italy. Look at that. Is that amazing? So it has some drawn thread, pulled thread work, as well as Assisi stitching. Assisi, I think, not Assisi. I'm such an American. All of her designs, Jane Greenoff is the designer and the lead on Cross Stitch Guild. All of her designs, all the the things here in this catalog come in kit form. So it's not like you can just buy the pattern and kit it up yourself, but that's okay. Wait till I show you these things. And a lot of you may be familiar, but I'm not, so I'm going to drag you down this particular rabbit hole with me. All right, what time are we? Oh, we're only at 30 minutes. We have plenty of time. In fact, maybe I could do this. I do have another video to record. So I did do some stash enhancement. I got some things in, and I placed an order with Teresa Kitten Stitcher's, her Cash for Cats and Dogs sale. So those shipped yesterday. I'll show you those when they get here. I got the next chart from Lori Holt, Fat Quarter Shop, Be in My Bonnet. Happy Camper, one for me, one for you. So I will be doing a giveaway with this at some point in the not too distant future. And then what I ordered for myself for both the spring and summer salt boxes from Plum Street. I saw someone doing these like all four together on one piece, and it was stunning. It was such a great look. I ordered this from the Silver Needle at the same time that I ordered, I joined their club. I also ordered summer delivery, and that was back ordered, so I'm waiting for that yet. And then I got this from Ink Circles. This is called Seasonal Sun Sign. I love this. Again, let's see if we can get it to focus. How cool is this? Now I need to read you. I need to unbury my glasses here and read this to you. Let's see if she has the description here. Because it was fascinating. Shoot. It was on the Silver Needle website. This 4-panel pattern shows how the amount of daylight varies throughout the year, with a sunny icon marking the solstices. Summer solstice equals most daylight, right? Where is it? Here. And winter solstice, the least amount of daylight, there. And the equinoxes, vernal and autumnal, equal days and nights. So there and there. The colors and the motifs echo the changing weather and how the landscape marks the seasons. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, no new starts, Jan. And this is a full coverage piece. No new starts, Jan. I have a sheep thing to start. Oh my God. You guys love me. All right, so we are at 34 minutes. I'm going to give you a little spin through these magazines because that is all I had for you today. So instead of doing a separate one. So the magazine has this sweet sampler in it. Again, as far as I know, all the designs are by Jane Greenoff. And this magazine comes out 5 times a year. It is part of the membership. So this is called the Chase Sampler. She has some satin stitch. I love that there's, you guys know I'm not much of a sampler stitcher, but I do love this one. Of course it has a house, but look at those bunnies. Look how huge those bunnies are. And that willow tree is gorgeous. There's also little butterflies over here, ladybugs. This does not want to stay in focus. Come on. It's too close, that's why. How sweet is that? This one may get done. Not anytime soon, but I also love these oak leaves at the bottom. Very pretty. All of the charts in the magazine are charted in both Madeira and DMC. She has a summer garden what bow. I've seen these before. I don't think I ever knew what their names were. So it's a little fob type thing that's shaped like a three-dimensional triangle, and each of the sides has different flowers, and it's all different specialty stitches. So that's really pretty. That might be worth a try. Complete finishing instructions on here, plus how to do the twisted cord. This one I love. Of course, my Coast Sampler. I do not like the fabric she chose for it. I would definitely do more of a blue. There is a Cackling Wild with the screens, or with the blinds again. No, it is not Mike in the kitchen. Mike is at work. Although he did say he may come home early because he's feeling crappy, but he had a briefing to go to this morning. So, this one I could see doing only definitely in a different, with a different color fabric. I love that seahorse. This one doesn't really thrill me because, you know, I'm not big on people in my stitching. But I could see, I think this would be useful, you know, not only to do it if you wanted to do it yourself. It says Simply Sampler Folk. But like if you wanted to replace some of the people in your samplers. I do like this guy carrying the buckets. And of course, the guy carrying the buckets. Let's see if I can get my finger to work right there. And of course, vintners, maybe? I'm not sure what this lady has here on the end. A wand, maybe that's a fairy godmother. But anyways, it's cute. We have it here finished in a cube, so that's kind of fun. And that is that. So it's not like there's a whole lot to it, but what is there, you know, in the magazines, it's not really quarterly because there's 5 of them, but I mean, what is there is they're substantial projects. But then there's this, the catalog. I have to put my glasses on so I can take in the full beauty. It's not like every single one caught my eye, but enough of them did that it's like I should just start at the beginning and work my way through. And so I'm not showing you every one. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Look at that. That is called a linen book. And so you get everything in the kit to create the book. Envelopes, recycled paper, charts that are inside it. How gorgeous is that? I like this little pin cushion. Red sampler. I think there's a lot of black work in here. Oh, Indian twists, scissor keepers that were inspired by Jane's trip to India in 2010. Look at those. Aren't those gorgeous? And of course, anything that says Indian catches my eye, right? Little lavender sachets, sets of them. Now, wouldn't that be a great smalls gift? Ooh, nice. Oh, let's see. There's so many, I don't know what all to show you. I liked that one, the tile. So it has some hardanger. I guess it's not. Cross stitch, Holbein, queen stitch, broken roads, French knot, satin square. Oh, and a hem stitch square. That's cool. Isn't that pretty? Four Seasons tiles, kind of along the lines of the one I just showed you, I think, but smaller. And one for each season. I really like those. £11.99 each. I don't know what that is in US dollars, but I think the pound is stronger than the dollar right now. Or maybe not with everything that's been going on. That's a gorgeous sampler. Look at the colors. You know that's going to catch me. I love these leaves coming off the bottom of this circular plaque type thing. That is the Fanciful Alphabet sampler. Folded Borders pocket. The thing is, she has a lot of band samplers, and I am a sucker for band samplers. Oh, this one, the Black Workhouse. She has several blackwork designs. Look at that. And then over here, these are black work combined with some hand-dyed threads. Oh, those are so pretty. I really want to do those. This one, the Country Sampler Book, the fourth in our series of little linen books filled with both simple and intricate designs. The idea started on a visit to the Museum of Art and Industry in Copenhagen, and we were just enthralled by their 18th century stitch book. So the pages are like this, all stitched. How gorgeous is that? I need that in my life. 50 pounds. I don't know what that means in US dollars, but it's probably expensive. And oh my God, then there's this one. We're starting to get into the band samplers. The Paradise Garden Band Sampler. This challenging band sampler was designed by Jane, inspired by the many beautiful gardens she's visited over the last 30 years. Look at the peacocks. Hold work. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I definitely need that one in my life. So pretty. All right, and then we have all of these. Needles Praise, Sawgrave Sampler, and Stolen Moments. So Needles Praise, I know that one. Sawgrave Sampler. And Stolen Moments. Sasha apparently likes it too. Sasha. Flowery Mead and Charlie's Secret Garden. Sasha. And this one comes with that bee. It's a, oh no, this is the one with the bee button on it. This bee skep button. Gosh. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, the Victorian flower sampler. I don't know that I'd ever do this one, but look at that rose in there. Gorgeous. Oh yeah, those ones, the little bird tiles. Look at those. And you know, it's the ones with all the colors that really catch my eye, right? Love that. I thought, look, this was really cute too. The colors aren't necessarily all that bright. The sampler Bouquet. Isn't that cute? She uses cashel, so 28 count cashel linen in pretty much all of these. Another little linen book. Then we get into the Ackworth Quaker series. Actually, there's not a whole lot in those that thrill me, but look at this one, Silverwood Sampler. Oh, and the Flower Sampler book. Okay, the Flower Sampler book, so another little linen book with separate pages with all kinds of different flowers. And then look at this band sampler. Look at that tree. So as a member, laughing at Sasha, as a member of the Cross Stitch Guild, you do get, I think, 10% off your purchases in their online store. Sasha, little Williamsburg sampler, for those of us that love Williamsburg. Look at the oak leaves on that, pretty floss that was used on that. Oh, and this one, the Persian pattern band sampler. Look at that. I love it. Yes, I do. Let's see. Oh, this one. See, this is what I was going through last night. I turned a page going, oh my God, look at this. Oh, but look at this. This is fascinating. The Meadow Roll Sampler. So this is, where is it? There it is. This is, okay, she has it sideways here. It's stitched lengthwise. So this is like the length of my Harbor Haven, right? This long thing. But look at that. How cool is that? And the kit comes, let's see. The idea of this rolled sampler started at Cotswold, something like that. I'm sorry, guys. Lavender, where fields were set aside as breathtaking flowery meads. Jane started drawing the flowers and realized they were all the right side for a linen band, and it was a nice change to work across. The bobbin was hand-turned for us in sycamore, so the pack includes the linen band, the threads, the needle, and the bobbin for 42 pounds. Seems like a good deal to me. Okay, here's that Assisi sampler. Beautiful, right? So gorgeous. And again, unlike anything I've ever seen or done. I mean, every page is just filled with gorgeousness. Acorn pin cushions. How fun are those? And again, the kit comes with the acorn bottom. Be another great small, wouldn't it? Oh, the Embroidery Sampler. I mean, I could happily stitch each one of these. All right. goodness, the Autumn Acorn Band Sampler. This is like a skinnier one. Oh, pretty. And again, the colors are what gets me. Oh, that one has pearl thread in it, whatever that means, whether it's pearl cotton or what. All right, that's probably enough to go on, huh? Except this one at the very end. Beautiful Borders cushion. Look at that. Look at that. That reminds me of patchwork. Oh my goodness. Now this one, she says, it's all done. Let's see, these attractive and vibrant border patterns were taken from an enormous check sampler stitched in the 1800s. It has been reproduced with the kind permission of Zweigart and Sawitsky. Available on linen or Aida, this is a delight to stitch. It is worked in pure cross stitch and would be a wonderful project for a novice. So, I mean, that what she's saying here is many of her other pieces use a lot of specialty stitches, but this one is just cross stitch, so beginners could work that and not have a problem with it and have an amazing piece when they were done. Okay, guys, I think that's probably enough, don't you? Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and record my stitching on the various pieces for the sheep design. I will be putting that up to go live tomorrow, and I will be recording my Stitch With Me this week on Thursday to go live Friday, because Friday we do head to the Big Island. We come back Monday, so there won't be any video on Monday. I did get the new issue of the Cross Stitcher magazine, so I'll probably do a flip through of that next Wednesday. And then Tuesday will be my regular Flosstube. So, until then, until whenever, until I see you on social media, I forgot my give love, get love, but you know what I mean. There was an adorable person on Instagram. I was going to see if the comment was still showing in my notifications up top, who, I have to find it and read it to you because it just made my day. So, Felice_A. My sister saw me watching this video yesterday. That was my beading video with my chatelaine yesterday, and asked me what I was watching, and I said, my new girl Jan. And she goes, is she spreading her love? I had told her about Give Love, Get Love. So now you're known in our house as Jan, the lady that spreads love. I hope that's okay. Felicia. Let's see. Felicia Gonzalez. That is more than okay. Like I said, you made my day. Sasha obviously thinks it's a good thing too. So remember, guys, give love, get love. We need it. We all need it now more than ever. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.